A lot of different players are going to have different mentalities of the way that they go about playing. You're going to have some that are strong-minded. You're going to have some people that are mentally going to be more about the game with the team. You're going to have more people thinking about maybe themselves, their stats. And then you're going to have some people that are mentally tough. They can endure a long game. Some people can endure maybe mentally just something in short spurts.
I mean, definitely. I ask athletes all the time what percentage of your sport is mental, and I think the lowest amount I've ever been given is 50%, and most will say, oh, 99% or 100%. And so I think that I know that yeah, definitely it affects the way you focus, the way you deal with adversity and setbacks. It affects the way you prepare. So for sure.
Side, it definitely affects the level of play. You not only for immediate performance. One of the things we try to teach our kids is to visualize some of the things that they're going to do before they do it. That's mental. Where am I going to serve? We tell them to aim small, miss small. So you've got to see it before you do it. When you see it in your head before you do it, your performance goes up. But not only that, the mental side affects the performance also, because you have to be in the right frame of mind when you're going up against somebody, say as an outside attacker, when you're 5'10" and the person you're hitting against is 6'5". You have to have the right frame of mind. You can't be mentally weak in a situation like that. You've got to know how to hit and how you were trained. You've got to remember how you were trained so you can execute in tough situations like that. Just because it seems like, there have been a lot of stories historically where the odds are definitely not in favor of the ultimate victor. And you've got to remember how you were trained and go up against somebody like that with confidence, and that's all mental. To be quite honest with you, I think the mental part is a huge part of the game.
You don't have enough energy for practice. I know we've had a player in the past that was doing it, and she ended up having to quit because she's up all hours of the night doing things for her sorority, and it ends up affecting her ability to give her 100% for practice every day, and that's where it becomes a problem.
Time, I think it's going to be more beneficial later, because not only are you playing a sport, you're involved heavily in something like that, but also you're involved with a social life. You're networking. You're going to have people later on in life that's going to benefit you later on, and then also within an employer, you're going to be able to express to them that you're involved highly with sport and with a social club, and you're still able to be successful in academics.
I am in a sorority, and I'm involved in a campus ministry called Young Life, and I'm a leader here. And so, to me, it doesn't affect my play. If anything, it makes me play even better, because I get those things just bring me so much joy. And volleyball brings me so much joy, and I always come into practice with a great attitude because I'm just filled up by all my friends, and I have my little Young Life group of friends, and they come and support the volleyball team, and my Tri-Delt sisters, they come and support the volleyball team as well. So it's actually really helpful. And yeah, maybe I might lose a little bit of sleep, but I'm just super social and love being around people at all times.
I think that it's definitely possible to be a great college volleyball player and be a part of Greek life and be a member of a sorority. It's just you have to remember, when we're here, we're here.
A lot of it's depending on kind of what already the athlete has in terms of how they think and process, and identifying the places that are working for them, because usually an athlete, to have achieved the level of success that they have, they've already developed a lot of the mental skills or the patterns that help them be successful. But along the way, they also develop a lot of habits and skills that are very ineffective. And so it's identifying the things that they already do well and helping them understand why that helps them.
All the seniors that we have right now have the same pattern, the same mindset. This is it for us, for most of us, unless we go on and play pro. So let's make the most of it and let's work harder than we've ever worked.
You're never going to be able to put everyone's personalities together, I guess you could say, but you try and work with the best of each person, because you begin to you see the best of each person, so you know what they can do and what you can say to them and what you can't, and you learn how to work around each person, which is, it takes a while, but you finally get it after a while.
Well, I think my role on the team definitely is I'm the little Energizer bunny, and I just try to keep a positive atmosphere around the team. So if some girls are having a bad day, I'm kind of the one that picks them up. It's like, hey, you get to play volleyball right now. Not very many people get to do this with their life. Let's go. This is awesome. And I try to lift their spirits a little bit. And then, with the quieter people, if I know they're going to be quiet, I try to make up for that by talking a little more on the court or talking in practice, and just trying to deal with all the personalities and bring them together.
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries.
A lot of people look at leadership by age, and they're like, okay, she's a senior, therefore she's a leader. I disagree. I'm not saying a senior cannot be a leader. Obviously, they've been there through 3 or 4 seasons. They understand the ropes, they get it. But for me, a leader is someone who leads by example, but also can be vocal.
I think you can't be afraid. It doesn't matter what year you were, because especially this past year, being a freshman and coming in with all these older girls, you, as a libero, you're supposed to be the leader of the back row, but having all these older girls above you, that are playing with you in the back row, you feel almost like you don't want to step on toes. But after a point, you just realize that you kind of feel it, you have earned their respect almost, and you respect them and they will respect you back. That's how I think a leader is. You give respect to get respect.
See athletes that lead through their actions. Some athletes are not vocal leaders, so they're the ones who come out. They're hard workers. They're the role models of kind of what to do and how to do it. And then there's that next step of also being able to, when you're not performing well, still lead a team and be able to have that voice to either mentor younger players or, uphold the standard in the culture of the team.